we're back and we're depressed.
Yeah, super depressed. I had to stop you from jumping on some very small women during that show.
I don't know why they were there. And I guess, again, my sweaty ass duped me into thinking something had happened that hadn't.
Throw an egg into Slim's mouth and then rip a dig off a drifter. Been balling since college, everybody. It's the Dapper Dads podcast coming at you hot and fresh off the griddle.
Oh, it was so good before that. We just had a false start. I'm just going to be completely transparent.
We can try.
And we both got it right on the beginning.
Yeah, we had it
for
so
the first
right.
time,
It was so
stupid,
tight.
Weird beginning. I called
it was
the end
beautiful.
of it, and it was... Yeah, it was
we
something
both,
that can never be
I mean, it
reproduced.
wasn't anything like astronomical. We just screamed.
I beg to differ.
We screamed fuck at the same time.
Yeah, which we do from time to time.
It felt pretty epic, though.
Everything feels off now. So
I feel
to
like
episode
reality was
59.
like this, and it turned at an angle and shifted, and now I have to live in this one, and it's fucking horrible. There's going to be some weird things that come out in this episode, I think, because this is an unfamiliar universe, I feel.
Hopefully there's better things in the universe.
I feel like there isn't.
All right, well, here we are. Episode 59, I believe. It's the Dapper Dads.
59.
You
ever 59 a girl?
Yeah, is that when I knee her in the back of the head?
Damn
but
right.
But not like knee a woman in the back. My knees are just placed behind her head.
Gently, of course.
Gently, yes.
I saw a thing the other day that said, what if instead of hair on your legs, it was all behind your knee like an armpit?
I like it.
I don't. It terrifies the hell.
That's what this universe is. We're going to go outside and they're going to be like, oh, you guys shave behind your knee?
Oh, man, my knees are really itching. Do you have your knee cream? Knee cream? What do we need knee cream for?
Knee cream.
You need all the cream.
My elbows are my new knees.
You need to be
later.
bathed in joint cream. Yeah, your elbows. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's right. We had a whole fucking weekend we got to recap on this thing, don't we?
We have a whole life outside of this, believe it or not.
Oh, my God. Yeah, we do escape the dungeon from time to time to go out and go on some adventures.
Always herded back.
We always...
but yes, we were talking about our joint love for Florida-Bama Shore. Florida-Bama Shore, I believe.
I was curious. What I was going to propose is, are they going to make like a... Well, I want to. I took that knee in Chicago and you just laughed at me.
You always harp on that knee. I need a better
It was so genuine, though. It was just you and I.
Miraculous, I will say that. But it was raining. Why would I say yes in rain?
So we could kiss in the rain and have it be beautiful like The Notebook,
nice.
Doesn't it?
You don't ever get kissed in the rain real nice.
I know. I got kissed in the rain when I was like 17 years old, and it hasn't happened since.
I got kissed in the rain when I was 7 at a park by a grown man.
I was just listening to a new Young Dolph song and goes, I got some head when I was 6. Yeah, like the implication is
That's not good.
Yeah.
Could you, what do you...
Don't think about it.
Does your dick even get hard when you're 6?
I don't. I have no idea. Does it?
I know it can happen. It can happen to like children.
Yeah, you just get like random erections.
I know someone. I won't say who, but
Curd.
I wish it was. I have some stories about Curd up a similar alley. But I know someone who...
I got some stories about Curd and alleys as well.
Yes, he lives in alleys.
I love him.
Shout out to Curd. I know you're not listening. You made that very clear.
He is going to get so mad.
He's
going to text the group chat and he's going to be... Oh, yeah, he did say he's not going to listen to us anymore. Yeah, he's done with us.
You know, sometimes you burn a bridge.
R.I.P. Young Curd 2017 to 2018.
yeah, he was one. But I knew someone who...
my baby! My son is dead!
Where's my baby? I'm
just standing naked in the hotel, my belly on the window now. My son's dead.
Belly in your floppy balls.
It's just hanging.
I know someone who, as a kid, like got a surprise erection in a grocery store and started punching it to make it go away.
How hard? Like 10 out of 10 punches?
I don't know. I think they were like 8.
Because I've given some soft, like some taps before.
Yeah, to get it ready.
Slap it around a little bit.
Slap it to make it look bigger before you present it.
Yeah, get that thing nice and juicy looking.
Wiggle it out.
Take a rubber band and just...
Yeah, exactly. Take a paper football and have your friend shoot it across the room.
That's what I keep you around for.
Field goal. I know. I've gotten really good.
I mean, your distance is starting to get as good as your stream.
Got the distance.
Yeah, you've got the distance and the power. You got the power.
Just keep flicking
footballs and just roping everywhere. We're both roping. We're both roping.
We gotta stop roping together.
The girl is just like, do I need to leave? We're like, no, you have to stay.
You said it was an hour, bitch.
I paid for the
money
full
to call
hour.
you a bitch.
Lights $100 bill and a Dapper Dad's koozie on fire. Woo!
Go home and bury all the money.
Only tell the dog where you buried the money.
But yeah, Florida-Bama Shore, all the shores, make a new shore.
Pacific Northwest Shore.
that's gonna be depressing.
Oh, I'll watch the fuck out of it though. A bunch of sad girls in
well, that's
flannel.
what I was gonna say before we were rudely interrupted by God himself.
Yeah, God. I mean, God, that's how you know we're saying some hard truths on the show when God himself has to intervene on the program.
And someone's got to do it. What I was gonna say is we had Jersey Shore like 8 years ago. It was solid. I fucking loved it.
It was a cultural phenomenon. You have to
was.
stand behind it.
And then they came out with Floribama Shore, and it did so well that they brought back Jersey Shore. So there was a season of each of those earlier this year, and then currently they're like also another season of Floribama Shore and another season of Jersey Shore. They're really trying to cash in. So I'm just watching all this Shore shit becoming a piece of shit because all these people suck.
So there's some things that we are as a group of men, I think the Dad Squad together, that is very unique and different from other sets of men. I don't know any sets of men
None
that
of us
watch
are physically fit.
that watch reality TV as much as this squad of men. I'll tell you what.
Well, like, what do you watch reality TV wise?
Honestly, I don't really watch reality TV.
So you just lied. You're
About
fucking phony.
About what?
About how we watch so much reality TV.
Okay, now Undercover Boss, that's the reality TV.
Yeah, but you said you were done with it. I brought it up and you were like, I'm fucking done with it, and I didn't want to get into it.
Well, it's
because
like
they betrayed you.
It's not that they betrayed me.
It's fake and all of it's fake.
Yeah, so it's the same thing that happened to me. So when I was a kid, I've mentioned this before, me and my mom would watch the crime shows and try to figure them out. It turns into that because you start to really think about the background of things and you start taking away the entertainment value, and you're like, this is so like, how are they even, because it's like 13 seasons of that show.
Yeah.
So after like 7 seasons, how are you disguising, like they're like, it's a reality game show about retail and blah blah, and it's like, where are these random weird losers that are like, okay, I make the boxes in the Kellogg factory and they're gonna put me on a game show, honey.
That's how I felt about Bar Rescue. I loved Bar Rescue.
What's
but
Bar
eventually,
Rescue?
You've never seen Bar Rescue?
Never heard of it.
John Taffer. It's just a reality TV show where he goes and he rescues bars. He's like some fucking loudmouth
Is
guy.
that like Kitchen Nightmares? Kind of,
kind of,
because that's where Gordon Ramsay goes into like the horrible kitchens and he like spruces
he goes
them up.
to horrible bars.
When I was a kid, I watched so much reality TV that I think just as an adult, I can't get anything out of it because like it's all just so fucking scripted all the time.
I like to just turn my mind off with reality TV show. But Bar Rescue was tight. It's this guy, John Taffer. I never heard of him before. But he just yells at people. And he has like all these fucking, like he's done this forever. And he has all these weird statistics. Like if you have a problem with gang members coming into your bar, change the music to country music for 2 weeks and they'll stop coming. Like weird statistics like that. If the bar seat is this type of bar stool, people are liable to stay there 2 more hours than if it's this type of stool. Like all these crazy facts. If you don't
like
have like a clear like walk-through area, then people will leave your bar. Like all these things. And then
believe that,
when you hear all these things, you're like, yeah, I fucking won't.
Would you consider us bar connoisseurs?
I'd like to. But I think in a way, like, I don't know, because that comes with the connotation of, like, we know a really good, classy bar. We're like a connoisseur of shit bars that are good quality bars.
Yeah, I would stand behind that. We're connoisseurs of dive bars, I would say.
Yeah, but, like, quality ones. Because people act like they love a dive bar, but then you go to some dive bars where there's shit in your drink.
Mary's steals from you.
Shit in your drink.
The old guy with white hair from Mary's will steal from you. Sorry, this Jewel gets me so phlegmy sometimes.
Our sponsor, Jewel.
The guy with white hair tried to steal from our friend. Don't go to Mary's. But, fuck Mary's.
Yes, fuck Mary's.
Go CJ's. CJ's for life.
Yeah, CJ's is a quality establishment. But you get somewhere the service sucks, the beer. You ever had a bad draft beer?
Oh yeah, like, you can tell. It's just
I had a Blue Moon at a bar I frequently go to.
A good choice.
I don't mind Blue Moon. People shit on it. I'm
not a fan of the coriander. It gives a bit way too bitter. Tastes like an IPA.
Orange. No, that's a wild statement.
I had one
I had one so bad at a bar I regularly go to that I've never drank it again since.
Really?
It was the worst draft beer I've probably ever had. And I mean, like back in, like when you used to go when you're like 21 and there'd be like $1 beer night and they're just cups of beer that have been sitting out. It's a warm Miller Lite. I would have preferred this over. Yeah, because you're like $1. I'm poor. I've been unemployed for months. This fucking Blue Moon was so sludgy and unbelievably gross. I can't even explain it. Yeah, I also had a picture
as in thick?
It was a little thick. I had a picture of
but not from the foam.
No, not at all. Just its existence was unpleasant. I had a picture of Budweiser at a pizza place one time that tasted like pennies. Like that type of shit. Yeah, it's just so yeah.
What kind of man you think prefers the penny taste in his Budweiser?
One that's tasted a lot of blood in his life.
Yeah.
One that's seen combat.
G.G. Allin?
Listen to a podcast about G.G. Allin. Shout out Disgraceland. It's a great podcast about
G.G. Allin.
Not specifically about like rock stars that die or live in excess. Like they had a good Motley Crue episode. They covered Tay-K, which was surprising.
Very nice.
A lot of different shit. And then they had a G.G. Allin hour-long episode. So I was like, I gotta get into this.
Yeah.
They had a very strong disclaimer at the beginning. Not sure why.
About G.G. Allin? I couldn't fathom.
Out of the day he died when he was supposed to kill himself on stage, and he never got to.
No.
So he went out like a huge bitch and just overdosed like a fucking dork.
And people took pictures with his dead body for like hours because they thought he was just passed out.
Of course. That's how I want to go.
Well, I mean, like, he was covered in shit all the time anyway. If he shit his pants, it's not like they're going to be oh, Gigi smells like shit. Do you think there was ever a time when someone was like, oh, Gigi
smells good today?
Yeah, he doesn't smell like fresh shit. Is he okay? Is that how they finally knew he was dead? Gigi, it's time to go kill yourself at the show.
Well, I love that he went to kill himself at the show, and then he was cut short like all of his shows, and he left the venue covered in piss and shit and blood, in only women's panties and boots, with his big stupid mustache, and he got in a taxi cab because people wouldn't stop following him because they thought he was going to kill himself, which he tried to jump in front of a bus, and the bus just stopped.
Weird.
Which I wish I could have seen that.
He got be in that crowd following him.
Oh, hell yeah.
As he jumped in front of the bus. Can you imagine the dad squad in that? We're just like, shit, ripping on Jules, watching him. What's he going to do next?
And I picture him jumping and the bus is so far away and it just slowly stops and he's like, damn, I thought I was gonna die.
Like a block away at a bus stop and he's just like, ah.
But he got in a taxi and the taxi driver turned around and looked at him and got out of his own taxi and just was like, I'm gonna call the cops.
Yeah.
Which is what you do if a man only in panties covered in shit, piss, and blood,
and with that weird mustache
and a tiny dick,
like a baby dick,
shockingly small dick.
Yeah,
that Hitler dick.
R.I.P.
G.G. Allin.
R.I.P. G.G. Allin's tiny dick. You want to talk horrible fucks?
Yeah, that's the.
That is the epitome.
He thought he was the messiah of punk rock, but I think he was just the messiah of horrible fucks.
Yeah, I think he was just like the god of juggalos. But I don't think we would have juggalos without G.G. Allin. Why would I say something so brave yet controversial?
I don't think we would have a lot of things without G.G. Allin. Probably a couple of laws.
Oh, we got to get into juggalos later.
We got to get into G.G. Allin. I would like to do. You know how people do those videos on YouTube where it's like them watching music videos and they react. Us reacting to a G.G. Allin concert, you know, that footage where he's just shitting and sticking a banana in his ass, and this is all probably crazy for like
for someone who's never heard of G.G. Allin before in their life.
And they're like, oh my god.
See, okay, I got into G.G. Allin when I was like 14, 15 years old.
That's the prime age when you can really appreciate his art.
Believe it or not, I got into him because of Hank Williams III, his grandson.
I think we've touched on
this because before. He covered a G.G. Allin song.
G.G. Allin's grandson.
Yeah.
G.G. Allin's grandson named Hank Williams III.
Do you think G.G. Allin...
G.G. Allin's name was Jesus, so who fucking knows?
Do you think G.G. Allin... Does he have any kids? Did he ever like impregnate anyone?
I guarantee it because...
With his weird little dick?
He was a... I don't even want
curly
to.
Like
I don't
a
even
pig.
want to. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about some of the knowledge I have. But yeah, what was the "Bite It, You Scum"? I enjoyed that song as like a 13, 14-year-old would play it. It's aggressive and it's fun. He had some good songs when you go way back before he started just getting weird, and then he has some very unpleasant songs.
Yeah. I drove my mother and sister insane going back and forth between Hank Williams recordings and G.G. Allin recordings as a teenager.
Yeah, they should have checked you into a.
They should have put me down, is what they should have done.
I mean, I didn't want to say it. But,
it's heavily implied that every day I wake up, somebody should come put me down.
One of the bands I was in as a 13, 14-year-old that never made it out of the basement, we covered "Bite It, You Scum," and it was beautiful. But yeah, and then my sister's boyfriend at the time gave me the DVD, the burned copy of the documentary, all the live footage. And you hear the stories like people are hearing us say right now, and then you watch it, and you're like, wow, that is a grown man with a weird mustache and a small penis shitting on the stage and throwing it at the crowd.
You can quote us on this when you watch it later.
Yeah. Go ahead and watch it.
If you ever watched the Cleveland show and they had that joke about G.G. Allin where he's covered in blood and shit, and he's like,
you bring this up every time we talk about G.G.
Because I think about it every time that a cartoon
think about it every day.
had the balls to draw G.G. Allin.
I mean, more should.
It's such
I had
a
a G.G. Allin
thing.
shirt, and I had to throw it away because it got gross in a way that he would have appreciated.
Well, I think
very gross.
I think all those shirts are destined to get like that.
I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna bleep it out just because I want your reaction.
Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
In a car.
Ooh, backseat or front seat?
Backseat.
That's what I'm talking. Hot summer day?
I don't remember.
Come on, you're the guy that remembers what you ate 3 months ago on a Tuesday.
I'd like to say it was getting cool out.
Like in a couple weeks from now?
You can't be in a back seat of a car when it's hot.
That's the only time I want to go ahead and bleep this out. This is the only time I want to get a hot summer day in the back of a car.
All right, I don't want to have to do a bunch of editing, so we'll leave it at that. Call 402-7-DAPPER and tell us what you think happened to my G.G. Allin shirt. Your guess is as good as mine.
And let me tell you,
402-732-7737.
The truth is better than anything you could ever believe.
Yeah, I don't think people will jump to that, but I did. I jumped all over it.
I would jump all over it too. Son of a bitch, I love it.
Go to www.thedapperdads.com. You can find everything there. Links to all our streaming sources, merch, anonymous submissions, which we have 2 of.
I heard one's juicy.
One is just very, very well written and interesting. It's quite a conundrum. We will get into it later.
Gotcha.
But yeah, go to the website, click on submit along the top, and just pop in a fake name and a fake email address. It has to end in @something.com. It can be @anything.com. It just has to have the @ symbol and the .com. And we have no idea who you are, and we're not kidding about that.
Not at all.
I would like to know sometimes.
I would love to know who bigdick@smalldick.com is, because I would love
true hero.
I'd love to give you a medal, really, or a small
beer.
A statue that you can drink beer out of. That's what I'd like to do.
All statues
a
you
trophy.
can drink beer out of.
A trophy you can drink beer out of.
Email us at dapperdadspodcast@gmail.com for whatever the fuck reason you would do that. Follow us on Twitter.
Send us breasts. I just want breasts.
Just regular old breasts.
Okay, here's what I actually want. I want
slopey 80s breasts.
I want women to write "I love the Dapper Dads" on their breasts and send it to us.
We can't say that.
Why not? Why the fuck can't we say? I want someone to write "I love Slim" with a $, "I love drama" on each breast. That's what I want.
No, because we don't know how old they are.
I don't give a shit. I just want to see it. Make them weird. Yeah, send me some crazy boobs, but write "I love fast finger Slim" with asses as $. Give me some. Show me your tits. They can be anonymous. Legal tits.
Yes,
above 18. That you have to be older than 18
go above
to
21, because I don't.
18. I'm fine with 18. We're gonna stick with
Drake.
18. We're gonna stick with 18. Get me a bandana. We're sticking with 18.
18 in life. Follow us on Twitter @DapperDads. Yeah, just @DapperDads. It's just @DapperDads.
It's just Dapper Dads. White.
Especially if we are out of the city that we reside in, because they get juicy then.
Yeah.
Go away, fatty. One of my favorite.
I'm telling
We're not even going to talk about it. Just go look at them.
Just go look up Go Away Fatty. I was having a good time.
Follow us on Instagram @DapperDadsPodcast, where you'll see pictures of our shenanigans, and boy, are there plenty.
Yeah.
Can we also, before I forget, is the next Dapper Dads Dapper Dads meetup? Is it what we were talking about for your birthday? Are we doing it? Can we put it out there?
No, we can't put it out there yet.
Why not?
I'll have to tell you afterwards.
Oh, fuck. Well, it's never happening, folks, and you've heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Slam refuses to meet any of his fans. It's becoming a problem.
I would love to meet my fans. I just need to do it at a different venue where there isn't 6 elderly people and 1 baby residing, it turns out.
In your basement? You have
adjacent to my basement.
You have 6 elderly people and 1 baby in your basement?
So I got 4. I'm number 4. There's 1, 2, 3. Old. Super old. Somehow I believe even older. Couple with a baby. Like baby. Like I think
you could really toss it.
Like I'm like
I could throw it over your place.
Like take the baby.
Take the baby.
Like take the baby.
The perfect age to take it.
So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking like, finito to an 80-year-old audience isn't going to sound good at 3 a.m.
We'll keep it at a reasonable level. I don't think we've ever done anything in excess.
We'll talk about it.
All right. We'll look into this. But again, Slim refuses to meet you. So if you see him on the streets, egg him.
God knows I love eggs.
Yeah, he loves eggs. Try to get one in his mouth. It ruins his life.
It does ruin my life. It'll make me shit everywhere. If somebody threw a whole raw egg into my mouth.
Someone threw an egg into your mouth. All right, folks. New Dapper Dads challenge. I will give you money.
How much money?
I will give you $100.
$100 bill? A crisp $100?
A crisp $100 bill.
Go to the bank. It's got to be the crispest
I want to
$100
take this back. I don't have $100. I'll give you something. If you do it, but you have to like drive by. You have to catch him walking. You can't be like, hey, Slim, what's up? It's me. You know
and
me.
And you just throw an egg in my face.
Yeah, that's
because I will beat the shit out of you. I am huge
From
and
a car,
I will beat the
like
fuck
a
out of you.
drive-by egging into his mouth. I have something for you, and I don't let people down most of the
time. No, I will stand behind that. Drama has never let me down. I've let him down plenty of times, and he's never let me down.
A problem.
Yeah.
Have you ever egged a house?
It's been at least 7 years. I'm gonna go ahead and say
I got a great one.
I have egged houses. I have thrown rocks through windows.
All right, let's not talk about that one.
I was a child when that was a thing, though. So
you threw a rock through a child's window?
I'm not a child. So I can't.
Into the cradle?
I can't.
Oh god, dude, there's not a statue.
I actually
for
don't
that.
think I can say what it was a public building that I threw a cinder block through.
It just keeps getting worse here.
Yeah. But I was in like third or fourth grade, so like I don't think I can be held accountable for that.
Things.
Yeah,
I egged a house one time. I went to the Walmart way out there, and I got the biggest thing of eggs. Me and my buddy at the time, we're not friends anymore. Weird.
Interesting.
First time, I think. And we got the big thing of eggs, and we went through the checkout lane, and the lady looked at the eggs and rang us up, and she goes, "I swear to God, if my car is egged tomorrow, I remember your faces."
Atta girl.
And I was like,
"That's a girl who's been through a couple of eggings."
So then we went through the Clock Tower parking lot. R.I.P. Clock Tower.
R.I.P.
What
Clock
a horrible
Tower.
place.
Horrible, disease-ridden fucking place.
But this was back when it was kind of nice. This was well over a decade ago.
Yeah.
And it was kind of nice. And so we egged the nicest cars we could find.
Good.
And then we went to a friend's house. I feel like I might have told this story, but long story short, my favorite part of it is my girlfriend at the time and her friend dropped me and my friend off. I'm not going to say where it is actually, but it's a smaller area. Adjacent to where that is. I think you can figure it out. And so they dropped us off on the street, and it was one of our best friends that we went to school with, and we're going to do it because we wanted to have him talk about it at school. And so we creeped down the block, big hoodies, and just half and half. This is like at least 24 eggs. I want to say more. Half and half in big kangaroo hoodie pockets. And I get so giddy when I finally get to do the hood rat things I want. You've never even seen it. I get so excited that I don't know what to do. So we're standing out in front of the house, and it's like, I don't know, 9 o'clock, and we're standing there, and I get so excited about things like this. I almost pissed my pants just because it's just ultimate joy to me.
I believe it.
And the suspense and anticipation. And so we're like, how are we going to even throw all these eggs? There's so many eggs. So we each just grab as many as we can in our hands like this. And on 3, we just fling them at the house. Now there's a window that's their living room, and you can see there's a TV playing. All the other lights are off, so we thought everyone was asleep. So we hurl them, and it's just like, and you just see a large figure jump up in front of the window and run. And then we're like, oh shit! And we still had to keep throwing them
because you can't run with the eggs.
Then his dad opens up the door, and we just keep throwing eggs, and we hit him twice, and we take off running. My buddy is the fastest runner I have ever met. So he's gone. I'm giggling, so I'm not running efficiently.
Yeah, you can't even run.
And then I hear the pattering of feet, and I realize it's more than us. And I turn around, and it's my friend's younger brother, and he's right behind me. So I juked so hard right when he went to grab me, and he just fell to the ground. And I was like, yeah. And so we took off running, and of course, you get a stupid bitch driving the getaway car and doesn't understand the rules. I said, circle the block, catch us on the end of the street, no problem. We get down the end of the street, there's no one. And so we're like, fuck. And then we hear sirens because it's a small town.
Yeah.
And they're all like, they knew when the eggs were in the air, the cops were like, I think someone's egging a house.
Old cop just woke up out of bed and he was like, my God.
So we're like, oh fuck. So we keep running down that street, and then we run and we turn around, and there's like a dark area, and we go in someone's garage that's open because I'm just like, I'm not fucking going to jail. And I'm calling her, and she's like, where are you? And I'm like, I don't know now. We're like further down the street and to the left, just like drive by with like music moderately loud, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So finally she comes in, we jump in the car, and we're like, get the fuck out of this town. What are you doing? And I'm like, how did you not understand the game plan? Good thing I'm not trying to fucking rob somebody.
Yeah, thank God this wasn't a bank robbery involving guns.
Oh God. So yeah, we get away clean. It's fucking hilarious. I can't stop laughing. The next day at school, nothing from the kid, just nothing. So we're like, well, this isn't fun anymore.
Yeah.
And so we're like, how was your weekend? He's like, fine. And he was always like kind of like quiet. And I was like, maybe he just doesn't want to talk about it for some reason. And then we're like, just start trying to like bring it up in conversation. So my buddy's like, I had an egg McMuffin today. Wonderful sandwich, right? You like eggs? And he's like, yeah, I like them. And he's like, there's so many things you can do with eggs, you know? And he's like, yeah, for sure. And it's getting to that weird extent. And then I was finally like, we egged your house last night. And he's like, no, you didn't. And I was like, yeah, we did. And he goes, no. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, well, I woke up and there's no eggs. And turns out his dad, after being assaulted with eggs, power washed the house immediately after.
And this kid slept through all of it?
Yeah, the kid was a nightmare person. But yeah, and then I was like, what about your brother? And then finally, because his brother had started, this is in high school, so his brother started was like a freshman. And I was like, did you fucking run up on someone like 2 nights ago? And he's like, no. And I was like, yeah, you did. And he goes, oh, yeah, I did. And I was like, did you not understand what happened? He was like, no.
What?
I don't know.
What kind of brain dead hillbillies are these?
Well, the younger one was in the special ed program, but just because he gave up on like doing, you know how there's some kids in special ed that were just like not going to do their work, and he's not the brightest crayon in the box.
We didn't have those in my school.
Well, you didn't have enough kids in your school.
That's true. Yeah,
we had like the actually handicapped people.
Yeah,
and then you had kids that were just like bad kids. Because for the longest time until high school, they called it LD.
Which stood for
learning disability, learning disabled.
Okay.
In my elementary school, they would lock those kids in a closet sometimes. I don't think they're supposed to do that, but it's out here now. I didn't get locked in a closet, so I don't care. But yeah, that's what we never had special ed. It was just LD. So it'd be badass, like the worst kids would be LD, and then handicapped kids would be LD. So it's just, then you got fucking like the hoodlums, like the craziest
kids. Yeah, that's
awful. With the people who have issues.
That's just like...
Yeah, so that's
how many issues came out of that situation?
A lot of fights.
Yeah, I believe it.
Even just between the handicapped kids. One time, I don't want to sound like a bad person, but my driver's ed class was in the special ed wing of my high school, and I walked out, and the younger brother of this kid was like, "Yo, watch this! They're about to fight," and I didn't know who it was going to be, and it ended up being 2 handicapped kids, and it took them 5 minutes to take their jackets off. And then they just started kind of fighting, and I felt very uncomfortable. And then a teacher just kind of broke it up, and my schools were weird, man. I can't even begin
to tell you how uncomfortable that visual makes me of like a bunch. Because when we got into fights, it's typical kid fight. Everybody gets into a circle. You see the kids fighting, teachers come break it up. Yeah. Who didn't think to come break these kids? Was there at least a circle of kids like screaming around them?
Not really. It's just a handful of kids.
There's
like a couple of kids
depressing to think about.
It was just weird. And it was one of those things where I felt bad about watching it, but you're like, well, I got to figure out what happens.
Yeah.
Like, what if it gets out of control? Then I'll step in.
I mean, like crazy, like kids in the LD class, like knocking like kid teeth out and shit like that, like breaking.
This fight was too.
I want to see somebody break an arm.
I feel bad about telling all of these
stories. This is so rough.
This is just my school. This is what I grew up with. So the fact that I'm a decently adjusted person, that I need to be rewarded for. Yeah, I could be.
You could be so much worse. Yeah. I've seen some of your inputs, and it's like,
I've seen some shit, man.
I've seen your nurturing environment, and it's like, hey,
nature versus nature, buddy.
It's something, all right.
I got natured.
You got the old slippery hole like the rest of us did.
I love a good slippery hole.
Who doesn't love a slippery hole?
Speaking of slippery holes, we're back from Minneapolis. We're not dead. All of us are accounted for. Little to no injuries this time. Little. I have little injuries.
Yeah, you have a little injury.
I always take the brunt. I don't know why.
I have not been injured yet.
I've been told I always come back injured.
Yeah.
And it's not far off.
You take the injuries for the group, I think.
I'd like to change that.
I would also
at least in the new year. I think you definitely need to take some. I've been in this group since the beginning. You're the newest member, so I think you should take the brunt of everything.
I fell at the Christmas party last year.
We all fell at the Christmas party last year.
Yeah, we did.
Or we just danced real low to the ground to where people didn't know if it was a fall.
That's what I did.
But yeah, we're back and we're depressed.
Yeah, super
Life
depressed.
Bad.
It's always terrible when after you get back from one of those things, you know? It's like listening to the review of the last episode, you can hear how excited we were getting ready to go, you know?
And now you can hear how miserable we are.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm miserable, but
life
fucking sucks. Yeah, I am definitely miserable.
It's never as good.
No.
But yeah, where do we even start? We stayed at the same hotel, Zero Cookies, Hampton. I'm going to say it right now, Hampton Inn. Where the fuck are the cookies?
Where are the cookies? We are promised cookies.
Well, we walked into a tray that had crumbs on it.
An empty tray. It's insulting.
So it is implied
insulting
that there was multiple cookies.
Well, last time during Soundset Festival, I remember me and Kurt grabbed handfuls of cookies and brought them upstairs.
Yeah, at the end when I had already finally gotten
That's
one.
That's what broke my heart, is that you already got the cookies.
And I was already not in the mood to even have the cookies anymore.
Yeah, that was rough, man. How come? You know what? Next time, I swear to God, next time I go up there, whether it be sooner or Soundset Festival next year, I'm emailing them ahead of time. I'm going to be like, look, this is the room I'm staying in.
Matt booked the room, and he put in the special request cookies. He wrote a thing that was like, we like the cookies, please have some out if you could. And they fucking ignored that. They gave us 4 bottles of water and
which
gift
is
bags.
Not cookies.
No, I appreciate the gesture. I did get that water eventually,
nice,
and it was nice to taste water again.
Yeah, there were several points during the weekend where it was good to taste water again.
They also gave us a decent room. It had a fun little bonus square area that we didn't utilize.
No.
We just filled with garbage and stools.
Yeah, and Nerf darts.
Yeah, Nerf darts, which immediately were lost.
And we used as a hallway to ride on ottomans at one point.
We did finally, for the first time in I don't know how long in a hotel I've been in general, I had a street-facing window, which came great later.
Yeah, that
was a huge window that Kurt could comfortably stand in.
We got photos
we could all
and
stand
videos.
it. Yeah, we got a lot of things. And yeah, that comes in later, but yeah, then we hit the hot tub, of course.
Of course, that's tradition. Got stopped by an old man, which is also
tradition. like I said there, because we were joking about it before it happened. There's always two types of old men: the ones that come in and don't talk to you at all, and just sit there and are really uncomfortable. Usually make a lot of moaning noises.
Yeah, because it feels nice.
It does feel nice, but keep them to yourself.
Right? You have some.
But
shame.
at a certain age,
know what shame
let
is,
it all
you know?
out. Or you get the guy that just wants to fucking chit chat.
Which,
so we were at the end.
If they had wisdom, would be great. But in what universe are you gonna get wisdom from an old man in a hot tub at a hotel?
No, at 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
but
maybe 2 in the morning after some beers.
Oh yeah, I wish you could be in the hot tub at 2
What
in the morning.
if this universe that we're in, where everybody has the pit knees? You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I love a good pit.
Everybody gets their good knee pit grease going. The next time we go to the hotel, we meet the old dad squad, because we slept into a new universe, so they're old.
I thought you're gonna say we slept in too long and became the old dad squad.
How great would that be?
We slept for 25 years.
Oh god, that sounds so nice.
I probably wake up with no knees
at all. They're just gone.
Yeah,
replaced with robotic knees.
But yeah, so we were about to leave anyway. We're drinking some Busch Lights, having some talks,
some lattes.
And an old man walked in and just walked right in, sat down like he was part of the group in Matt's seat, because Matt had went to shower, and then just sat there with his eyes so tightly closed, like he had secrets that we were gonna read in his eyeballs.
Like we were gonna sit there, if we made eye contact, we were gonna be like, "Sup, buddy?"
Yeah, and he was just gonna scream in a freakish
"Sup, buddy?
manner.
Fuck any pretty ladies when you were our age?"
Yeah, please regale us with your tales.
Regale us with your boning stories from days long gone.
But yeah, and then once
fields of asunder golden grain.
Once we left and were walking by the window to the pool area, he was also leaving. So I think his sole intent was just to freak us out. And
probably because he saw the rowdiness we were doing in the pool at one point, and he was like, "I gotta stop that."
Yeah, someone should have stopped that.
Well, I think what it was is you get cooped up in a car for so long, and there's so much and there's so much testosterone that happens when just more than 2 because there's so much testosterone. And did you not how much testosterone you think was in that goddamn pool room when we were making a fucking whirl wave pool out of the pool?
I mean, you and
imagine if there were small children.
They would have drowned.
Obviously,
the sole intent. But yeah, then we got back to the room. You got to put that thigh away. Are you kidding me?
What's wrong with this thigh?
I can't look at that and talk. Put it at least under the table.
Give
for
me
the
some
viewers.
Kisses.
Put it away. I'm gonna hide it behind my pop filter.
Give me some roses
anyway,
on my thighs, Daddy.
Then we popped over to Surly.
Always a good choice.
Beautiful brewery.
It's a good starting place because it's so big. It's so nice. The beer is so good. The view is so great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, big, beautiful $8 million facility.
With $8 million asses walking around, it turns out.
Yeah, bunch of thick men.
A lot of big,
with mustaches,
thick-shorted men.
Short shorts.
Lots of short on the men.
It's the city.
Seeing the underside of a man's ass cheeks as he's walking around is
I don't hate it. I
don't
hate it.
We call it a Minneapolis view.
I just remember, this is jumping ahead, but I can't get this quote out of my mind, and there's no other version of it. It was just when Cole goes, all right, if you're just going to be so judgmental about butt cheeks, then I'm done. Well, I was waiting for an Uber standing on the street, and then someone tweeted me saying I just saw at Brain Dead Drama standing on University Avenue. He looked terrible.
Yeah.
And I got that in the silent Uber, and
yeah,
just couldn't even deal with it. But anyway, what happened after Surly? This is where I blacked out. Could you imagine?
After Surly, we went and got food at that horrible. We
got your food.
Yeah,
and then we got to look up what this fucking place was called.
Because let me tell you, this is the worst fucking service we've ever had as a group. I'm gonna say that out loud because
by far it might be just the worst. Because what I had done is you're the planner. Plan a lot out, and this one was more freeform. We didn't have as much time, and we had done a bunch of shit, so we only had a few specific things.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were getting your food, so I was trying to find a place adjacent to where we wanted to be before we went to the party.
Yeah.
And we could sit down, have some drinks, have some food, blah, blah, blah. So I found 2 places. I narrowed it down, and I left it up to Matt and Curd to take it from there. And it was hard to even figure it out. They both seemed pretty decent. But we chose Williams Uptown Pub and Peanut Bar.
Fuck them.
Fuck Williams Uptown Pub and Peanut Bar.
If you're from the Minneapolis area, because let me tell you, there should be a lot of Dapper Dads propaganda in that town now. That was some of the worst goddamn service.
Yeah, what happened is we parked, we go in. A clear red flag now. There's like no one in this place
at all.
There's like you walk down. It's a long.
And you know what's crazy? That's what my sister said when I was telling her about the weekend. She's like, "Was there no one in there?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she goes, "That's why."
That's what I thought when we walked in. But I was like, "It's a weird time," and
it was kind of early. Yeah, it was like 7 o'clock. Yeah, because nobody likes being wrong.
It's like a long ass bar in general. Then there's like a game room, and so we go down over to the like seating area. We sit down, and this bitch comes over, gives us menus and whatnot. We're looking them over, making our choices. Me and Kurt ordered.
I want to say this first. Part of their thing is they have over 900 beers. It says.
Yeah, which I don't need that.
No,
you know what I mean.
Too many options.
And then they were broken up by states.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Not
How
styles.
Do I even just
where they come from.
I want to just pick a beer, and I'm just gonna be like, oh, let me look in Missouri, and maybe something from Utah where the beer's less impactful.
Let me have a great Idaho lager. That sounds wonderful.
So me and Kurt went Budweiser.
Yeah.
What did you? Matt went Cider Boys cider, and you went something else.
I saw like a passion fruit cider I wanted to get.
So this is the order. That's just it. 4 bottles, I believe.
Yeah.
So we tell her that. Cool. We're still looking over food. Everything's good. She comes back. They're out of your cider. Mm-hmm. So you say you'll take what Matt was having.
Yeah.
No one has gotten drinks. And this is taking time. It's not as fast as you think, like, hey, I need this. Oh, we don't have it. Oh, go back.
There's
this
at
taking
least
several
2 to 3 minutes
each time. So then she comes back and she's like, we're out of both of that cider that you had ordered, that Matt had also ordered. In the meantime, there was a thing on the table that said you could win a hat. And so Matt did it, and he won instantly, which led us to believe we would all just win, and we'll all take a free hat. And then none of the rest of us won hats. So Matt went up to retrieve his hat, which we thought was going to be a wonderful,
instantaneous and easy thing.
I just thought it was going to be a wonderful keepsake. It was a good-looking hat.
Yeah.
He finally gets the hat, and he's being told in the meantime that they don't have the cider, so he just orders something else. During that, if I was this woman and I went up and they were out of something, grab the 2 bottles of Budweiser that I know you have and put them down. That would have kept me there a little longer because now I'm dedicated to a drink. Mm-hmm. But at this point, we're like, what the fuck? She hasn't even asked about food. We don't have any beers. We don't have any reason to stay there.
At all.
And then I was like, if this is how long it takes to figure out the beers, how long is it going to take to figure out the food?
And it was at this point, it was already like 8 o'clock.
We were on a time crunch.
By 10.
Well, and we were also trying to go. We were trying to specifically go to a place. That's why I found food around there. So we get to the point where, like, fuck it. So we walk up, and instead of walking straight in front of them, we go through the game room to try to lessen the blow. And as we're walking away, I just hear her go, oh, now they're leaving.
I heard that, too, and it made me get that panicky feeling in my tummy.
Yeah, and I was
I know I'm justified because the service was terrible.
I didn't do it. I didn't have
we
to
didn't
pay for anything.
We didn't do anything wrong. We didn't eat anything. We didn't drink anything.
We just snuck a hat out. Yeah. But yeah, and I was the last in the line, which I always hate because I feel like I'm going to be grabbed or something. So then we go.
If you got grabbed,
we go through the other side of the game room, which I pictured being further down the bar, and it's not at all. It's very close. And so we're walking out, and right when we're getting to the door with some huge security guard for absolutely no reason, I hear it go, "Do you guys still want your beers?" Which you think if you see people walking out of the door after you've let us
down
for 20
so many
minutes
unsuccessful
at least,
paths.
Yeah, like I'm going to be like, yeah, can I get it to go for free?
In a sippy cup.
And so, yeah, we left and went next door to a place I don't even know what it was called.
I don't even know what it was called, but we got food, drinks, and ate all within 30 minutes. Yeah. It was beautiful.
Quality service, in and out. Cole had some exotic shrimp.
Very exotic shrimp.
Everybody
it's
had
a bold choice to put on top of a bunch of bush lights and then go dancing.
Oh yeah, but you see, he never fails. He does get a lot of horrible stomach pains, though.
Yeah.
We'll
wonder why.
Interesting. But yeah, so we banged that place out. Shout out to whatever the fuck that was. And then we walked over to the rooftop place, which is Lynn Lake Brewery, which is somewhere we went last time. One of our favorite breweries
in Minneapolis. Yeah.
So we had to go back. Beautiful rooftop, good view of the city, good beers. So we hung out there for a bit, chit-chatted, touched each other. We're getting in the mood, everything, because I was very worked up. It's easy to get me worked up.
You don't say.
And so I was finally getting back into the mood. Then we went back to the hotel room, got ready, drank a quick one, maybe quick couple. I don't know what you
pre-gamed.
Yeah, pre-gamed lightly. Walked to.
I was drinking rum all weekend at the hotel.
Yeah. Then we walked to the bar that we're not going to say what it is. Good place, but
Great place.
I don't think we can speak upon. I don't even know if we're going to speak upon certain things. But regardless, that was the place that had 350, 350, 350.
The more I think about it, the more I'm like, can we even go back?
Well, we'll get into that because y'all want to go back the next night, which I'm glad that didn't end up happening because I was like, for sure, they probably would be. You can't pull things off. Look at your hair right now. Yeah. They know you. You're too big.
Yeah.
You're too specific.
I got too much vodka lemonade all over that dance floor.
I know. I laid in it.
Yeah.
Because, 350, 350, 350. 350 domestic bottles, 350 vodka lemonades, 350 Long Island. So we didn't even get to Long Island.
No.
So that's just immediately I went 2 vodka lemonades.
Yep.
It was that awkward time where no one was there dancing yet, so it was weird. We went upstairs, get a view. Weird. I cut my leg open somehow.
I don't even know how you did that.
I itched it lightly, and there's just a thick stream of blood.
Your skin is like paper.
Sometimes. I also have glass bones. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, and then what proceeded was, I don't know, 4 hours of
basically, we're just gonna say bangers with lots of scenes missing. I'm gonna say
there's a couple.
But basically,
I remember not getting a quality cigarette for like a long time
because the first cigarette we heard Mobama.
Yeah, which is when we'd been waiting. If you haven't heard this song, go listen to. Also, you must live under a huge rock.
I want everyone to know that I was against the song for so long until I
hated it.
I hated it for some reason, but then when I was finally actually relaxed and drunk at the cabin, I fell in love with it. Well, I don't know what it was.
Yeah, if you watch the cabin video, it is at the end of the 25 minutes, basically. You'll see me and Kurd at a level that's hard to get to.
Yeah.
Screaming at each other and enjoying ourselves to that song. And yeah, that's basically our emotion at all times. So we'd been saying we'd never heard it in a public venue. So I lit up a cigarette, just smoked a little bit of it, and I just heard it, and I go, "Oh,
because we heard that."
Yeah, and then and then it was funny. I was
and
like,
just the idea of us 4 men running down a hallway.
Then it was me, and Matt was behind me, and we were all just like lurching, like we were going in to fuck somebody up. Like it looked crazy.
Lurching is the best way to put it.
Because I was for some reason like real low to the ground, getting ready, and we got out there, and there wasn't a lot of people, so it was awkward, but we were still getting into it.
I don't care how many people are on the floor. As long as I got my boys, I'm having a good time.
But I feel like that's a song in a crowd. It's like so much better. Yeah. If it's just 4 of us and people on the outside of it, I know how much attention is on me.
The second time it played,
a lot of the songs were repeated, which happens over time, and I wasn't really upset about it for the most part. The second time it was played, the DJ who was going to be there the next night was up there as well with we'll keep a couple details, but there was people on the stage and it got real hype. I was pretty drunk at this time. Cole was also very drunk, and what proceeded to happen was at some point, I'm guessing it would have to be during the fuck, shit, bitch, Cole pushed me in the chest.
Yeah.
Which
happens a lot.
I forget how, one, freakishly strong he is when drunk.
Yeah.
And two, completely unpredictable he is almost at all times.
We actually
honestly.
both got shoved by Kurt. I'll skip ahead a little bit here, but when Prof played ape shit, he looked right at me and he just started shoving. And
at peak moments during his turntness, it seems like he hates you with the way he hits you sometimes.
And
me
his peak
too.
Moment,
just anyone.
like just,
you know what I mean?
If you're alive, he hates you.
It's like he wants
crazy.
to hurt you.
Yeah.
Matt does it sometimes too. I'll
when
push
Matt
you guys.
does it scares the fuck
Matt
out
has
of me.
pushed me, and I turn around ready to fight, and then I'm like, oh, it's
what
just
show
Matt.
was it? Was Pew 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 when me and Matt were just like slamming into. I think that was my initiation into the group. He just had to keep slamming me like that to make sure I was tough enough.
Well, yeah, but then that initiation never stops. Is the crazy part.
No, he just.
But anyway,
we're gonna have to do it.
Cole
at the next
gave me
Pew
a
show.
hard, solid push in the chest, which later I was like, my chest hurts the next couple days, and I think it was from that, which is insane.
It's possible.
But what proceeded to happen immediately following that is a fall like no other, because there's a lot of times where you're like, I just went down. I literally was up and then just down, like because the floor was wet.
I remember,
mainly because of you. And I literally, like, my feet were just in front of me, and I was just on the ground, hat off, phone shot out, dignity gone. Elbows. This time, thank God it wasn't my knee. Landed on both of my elbows. I've realized now because this one hurts, but this one immediately hurt really bad. And when you're drunk and something hurts that bad, you're like, oh, fuck. So this is going to really suck later. But yeah, I fucking I respect him. I respect his energy. I'm going to make orphans of his children. I owe him a headbutt from Prof where he headbutted me so hard that my hat flew off comically onto Matt's head. I think he was also wearing a hat because I couldn't hear him because the music was so loud. And after he headbutted me and I said, what? He said, I'm having a great time. That's why he headbutted me, because I couldn't hear him say in his little man voice, I'm having a great time. That was his initiation. So I'm a headbutt and a very solid push. I'd like to push him just across the room. And I feel like I could do it.
The air.
Because I hit the ground.
Don't hurt my
very
baby
hard.
boy like that.
Don't hurt my baby boy, which is me. He hurt me. And then, yeah.
He can be a little hateful sometimes, but he means well.
He does, and I respect it. Otherwise, I don't think there's a lot. We're not just going to sit here and go track by track, but things happened. I don't know if we're elaborating on the things that happened.
We can't elaborate on the one thing for 8 years, I think.
Yeah,
but the one.
But if you're familiar with the glass skull that we keep here in the dungeon from episode maybe 13,
you know what kind
of
shenanigans we get into.
Going to Chicago and getting stuck on the train. It's something up that alley, but so much sweeter.
Yeah,
like unbelievable. And I'm like look back on it and I'm like, I think it was my fault, because as soon as I spotted this thing, I was like, oh, no one's stolen that?
Yeah, and I think that's what triggered it was the fact you said it.
Somehow someone at the end of the night probably has those. I just don't understand what happened.
Yeah.
Because I was very intoxicated.
Yeah, of
And
course.
then what happened that we do want to harp on is a taco place that I was promised would be open until 3 a.m. was not open until 3 a.m. And we found a pizza place that only me and Kurt walked into, and in my state of mind at the moment, I could not figure out what pizza they were selling. There was no information. I seen pizzas, but I couldn't really identify what was on them and what was going to be happening. There was also a long line, so I just walked in, and then we walked through another door, and when I walked through that door, people gave me a look like I shouldn't have walked through that door, but at that point, I had walked through the door, so I don't know who's going to stop me.
Regret's a funny thing.
So then, after a very intense conversation earlier in the night about pizza, where Kurt looked me in my face and told me I was trash because I eat Papa John's, which isn't the best pizza. I've never said that.
No.
But a quality normally cheap pizza that you can deal with. So he, in this drunken state, which there'll be video of, he decided order Papa John's. And,
normal.
I'm
going to be gauging. I'm going to let you describe all the next of this that happened. I'll interject with my points, but I'm going to gauge the normalcy of things going on here. So go ahead.
So he decided to order Papa John's.
Normal.
He could not physically do it on his phone from how drunk he was.
Not normal, but
understandable.
Understandable, yeah.
He gave the phone to you.
Smart.
Yeah. Well, debatable.
Debatably smart.
He wanted a pizza, with garlic sauce specifically. That was his main intent.
That's right.
We realized later all he really wanted was garlic sauce.
Yeah.
I don't know what he would have done without something for it, but I
assumed take it like shots.
I also assumed that.
And I did not want to sleep next to that.
I don't want to see that. But,
I slept with his feet in my face for what it's worth.
It happens. But then he also wanted the garlic breadsticks, which are very good. If you're going to go to Papa
normal.
John's, it's good. Normal. Then there was very debatable confusion. You wanted to eat as well. You could not have the garlic breadsticks, so you ordered plain breadsticks, just a loaf of bread in a stick form.
With sauce.
And there was some confusion. You want to say that he also wanted
This is where I'm going to come in with my defense. In my defense, this is what was going on. I was trying to help my sweet baby boy out because he wanted garlic sauce and he needed pizza to get the garlic sauce in. So I was helping him out because he was too drunk to order off his app, and being riled up on what I was riled up on, I was like, I can take this for the team. I can take care of my son. So I went ahead and ordered the pizza. He also wanted cheese sticks. I added cheese sticks to the order. Now, at this point already, I want people to understand the ridiculous and audacious prices of Papa John's at this point.
The pizza was $17.
$15.99 for the pizza. I remember that specifically.
I have video that differs.
$16.99.
Somewhere in that ballpark.
I remember Matt screaming about the price of it at one point.
Yeah, there's video of this, and it will be coming out.
And then, so if you really want to be the true judge, you have to listen to our recollection of it and then watch the actual video.
Well, I have no recollection because.
So we got the pizza. We got the cheese breadsticks in there.
This.
I got my regular bread. At this point, this was all normal, but at this point, if we're adding up the total, see, 26 plus, so 17 plus 14 is $32 at least. Yeah,
it had to be more than that, honestly.
Well, for just the regular breadsticks, the cheese breadsticks, and the pizza, that was like $32 in the delivery fee.
But it had to be more for what?
Well, the delivery fee was
anyway,
like another $4.
We don't need to harp on this.
Oh, we're harping on it.
No, because you just need to get to the plain fact. It doesn't matter what you ordered. It shouldn't have gotten to this. He allegedly was insistent on getting breadsticks. I believe, and it makes sense now, he was confused because there's the cheese sticks and breadsticks. He thought you were ordering plain breadsticks. He wanted the cheese sticks, so he said, order more breadsticks. You took it as order more breadsticks. You confirmed this with him, yes, but he was so drunk that I think it was all just a general confusion.
Yeah.
What you did say is that the total, including delivery and everything, was
$45. Jesus fucking Christ.
At 2:30 in the morning.
That is a sentence that only the Dad Squad can say.
I have the video. He goes, everyone is like, what? And then he goes, fuck it.
He does. So we have it on. We have it on video.
I have it on video.
All right. So my name is clean.
He's very upset about it. And then you are like, what do you want to do? Do you want me to cancel it? And he's
because I was considerate of his feelings and his money in this situation.
No one should. Yeah.
If anyone I know,
if your friends
in good
don't
faith,
interject about $45,
they are not your
John's,
friends.
They're not your friends.
Yeah.
So then what happened? The order is placed.
As we have been told about Curd before, you can only take care of him so far. At some point, you just kind of got to let him be himself and roll with the punches.
Everybody knows this. He even knows this.
Yeah.
And so we order.
Let's fucking go.
We order it, and then it's like going to take like 15, 20 minutes. We hadn't walked very far, and it's about a 30-minute walk. So then we realize we're going to like basically meet the person at it. And
now I want to interject here. Kurt kept screaming, "Oh, when's the pizza gonna get there?" And I let him know
this is accurate.
You could in fact track it on the app.
Yeah.
And I kept showing him on the app. And the way it worked, I'm gonna use just my phone for example. I'm not actually pulling it up. But at the top here, it had like order processing, making order, baking, leaving.
Yep.
And then underneath it said like text coupon for 25% off afterwards. And he kept looking at his phone and going, "It just says 25% off the next one." I said, "Look right above it."
Again, you're asking too much.
I know, but I did everything I could in this situation to help the boy.
But what happened is we get very close to the hotel.
This is comedic level
and we look to our left, and there is a Papa John's right there,
by the hotel,
so close to the hotel. So it dawns on us that we could have we're walking past it. We could have picked up the pizza. Regardless of that, we see a pizza man pull out, and he goes the opposite way.
of where we're going.
Because at first we see a car start, and we're like, that's got to be it.
Yeah.
But then they go the opposite way, so we're like, oh, damn, everybody's ordering $45 worth of Papa John's at 2:30 in the morning. And then he whips a U-turn and starts going. So we make Cole take off running to catch him because you don't want the pizza person.
And I just want to say, I definitely saw him stop halfway and just get on his knees and
Yeah.
That little body is more sprinter than distance.
Well, then he gets to the front of the hotel and turns around and looks at us. And we're like, go in. Yeah. Meet the guy. And he's just so confused. We're like, go to the room. So finally he runs.
Which I realized we should have told him to just wait in the lobby and not go to the room, but it resulted in something.
I think it was a better decision either. Not just because of how funny it was, but because I don't know if he could have got the pizza.
Now here's where the group has split into 3-1 at this point. We see Kurt disappear into the hotel. We get to the door. Matt disappears to go to his car for something. And you and I go in, and I see the Papa John's guy, and I go, pizza.
The Papa John's guy also, I want to interject, looked like he didn't know what to do.
Yeah,
which
he looked
is weird.
Very
normally
you would think being that close to a hotel that you would just deliver it there.
Yeah, that's just normal.
But so I was just like, pizza for Cole. He's like, yeah, you called me. I was like, yeah. So I signed for it and everything, took it upstairs.
The man hands me 4 boxes. Now, I want to interject and say I did not know of the breadstick fiasco that had happened. I was picturing pizza, garlic breadsticks, regular breadsticks. Then there was a 4th box on top.
So we
and
thought
I was
it was
like, why are there so many boxes? And I pictured a small box just full of garlic sauce that we would open and it would illuminate our faces like we found hidden treasure. So we get into the elevator to go take it to the room, and the elevator doors open to show us a drunken Kurt.
Which I have photos of because I realized as soon as it opened, we needed photos of this.
Sprawled out on the floor, money laying on the ground next to him.
Up against the wall,
leaning. And just
disastrously drunk, I want to say. Yeah. Like,
just
demonically drunk, I'm going to say.
That's what the pizza man would have seen. The doors would have opened, and the pizza man would have seen a small drunk man laying with his back against the wall and money on the ground. Like, pizza for me? Which I just don't. I think he wouldn't have had to pay for it at that point.
He just would have.
And he had paid for it, so he probably would have given him $45, which would have been just wonderful. So we get into the hotel room.
Have more money. Here's your tip. I'm tipping the bill. And just gives him $45.
I swear he would have given him $45. And he would have spent $90.
You ever seen your brother spend $90 on fucking Papa John's?
Talk about a flex. So then we get into the room. Get into an argument about the breadsticks, which there's also footage of. And I was on Kurt's side because I was also confused. So we were which just resulted into you explaining it and us being like, but why are there more breadsticks?
Which it was confusing to me.
Again. And then what happened was I ate a piece of pizza and no one else did. So we ordered well, you still didn't eat one. What I'm trying to emphasize is we ordered a $15 to $17 pizza and I ate one piece, which I dropped all over everything under my feet. And I ate a couple breadsticks, and then everybody passed out. So in reality, out of the $45, we probably ate $7 of it.
I ended up eating all the bread. I took home all the bread and ended up getting eaten over the week.
Well, yeah, I feel like the next day everybody ate some, but Cole proceeded to pass out. Feet in your face. He fell, and he does that a lot. He falls, and he sleeps where he lays.
Slept in the same damn position all night.
Yeah, I woke up to see him over there, and when he finally woke up, the first thing he said was, I spent fucking $45 on Papa John's last night.
Drunken
regret. And then later, when we drove by the Papa John's, he goes, there's a fucking Papa John's right there. And we were like, yeah, that's the one we got it from. And he was like, then why the fuck did they deliver? And it was
a fiasco. It put a chip in the group. I'm going to say that.
I will say it was the best $45 anyone's probably ever spent.
$45 for a story? Hell yeah.
The story and the pictures alone. The pictures and the video and everything.
Can't wait for everyone to see it.
Oh, it's going to be great. Yeah, that'll be coming soon. But yeah, so the next day we got up. Cole was filled with regrets and headaches. And
he was pretty hungover.
Didn't look good. Cracked open a bush shortly after waking.
In the morning.
We stopped by Agartha Records.
Finally found some Pig Destroyer on vinyl, which was fantastic. If anybody wants to just gift Slim with things because his beautiful baritone voice brings them pleasure every week, Prowler in the Yard, Terrifier, and Phantom Limb by Pig Destroyer on vinyl are great gifts to show me how much you appreciate me.
Yeah, we'll take a lot of records. They had a lot of mayhem there. I thought about buying it. But
that guy's a fantastic source of knowledge. Super friendly.
So nice.
So friendly.
I bought sleeves. I didn't buy any records. Had to stop myself from buying 10-Day, which I'm very happy I didn't now.
Yeah.
But I bought some sleeves, and he goes, you know what they say? Once you start sleeving, it never stops. I'm like, I fucking love you, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're ever in Minneapolis, go to Agartha Records. It's fantastic. Then yeah, we just jumped around basically, went back to the brewery, played Sorry, had another almost breakup of the dad squad. You did some unforgivable things during that game.
We all did unforgivable things.
You did the most unforgivable.
Sorry.
And then you got your vegan bullshit again. We got Taco Bell, which I was not hungover, but just disgusted with my life, like you do after a good night of drinking 350 fucking vodka lemonades. But then when I ate that Taco Bell, it was phenomenal. And then I got that goddamn picture of you when we were watching fucking Footloose.
Yeah.
And, that might be the best picture I've ever taken of you. Follow us on Instagram at Dapper Dads Podcast, because that thing, God, all the pictures of you in your mouth. When the one of the crowd of Prof.
Yeah,
and
my
you
mouth
still
is
are doing
open.
a weird thing with your mouth.
I don't know how to not do weird things with my mouth.
This has been an epidemic, though. Normally you look somewhat normal.
Yeah, that weekend was just a lot.
Gaping. You're just gaping all weekend. Yeah, long story short, we went to Prof Outdoors after that.
Which, and it was
fine.
Good,
anyway, after
time,
that... Just completely gloss over it.
No, it was a damn good time. So, who were the opening people? Because we just kind of moseyed around for a little bit.
There was what is that guy? FM Gaines, I think was the first guy's name.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Gerv, who we've seen before. Cashinova,
who gets better every time we see him. I just want to say that if don't sleep on Cashinova, guys, definitely start checking him out.
Album on the way. Dragon.
I really hope it goes up on Spotify, because I need his music on Spotify.
But yeah, that's when we got into the crowd, watched him a bit, then watched Montana 300, which I guess I'll let you take the reins on.
Okay, so God knows I just love Chicago. I love everything about Chicago. I love the city. I love the food. I love the scenes. I love the music there. And so Montana 300 I guess he's technically like a drill trap rapper, because he does a lot of trap, but he does a lot of really hard drill shit.
He was one of the main drill dudes, but no one ever paid attention.
No, and he's done a lot of really fantastic remixes. He's done the Bobby Shmurda remix. He's done Black Beatles. He's done Bad and Bougie. He's done the Chirac remix, which he finished. Which, my God, if you've ever
that's the song that blew him up.
Yeah, that's the song that just
it's 5 minutes of.
Matt had such a great time, and I'm quoting here, watching me fall in love with this guy during his set.
Yeah, it only took a couple songs, and you can tell when you're smitten.
Yeah, it was. Well, how would you describe how I was acting during the set? What would you? Because I on every song was just better than the last for me. That guy was just incredible. He had his whole crew up there. It was. I just kept Shazamming the whole thing.
I know. I watched it.
There was like 15 tracks from him on my playlist after I got done. I was like, Jesus.
You're the only person I know. But yeah, he was good. Yeah, I'm not saying he wasn't good. I was in a different mind. You can't put anything before the bass god and expect me to. I was just thinking of how good Lil B was going to be. Montana 300 is great.
He was exceptional.
Definitely went above and beyond what I was anticipating.
Yeah, what were some? There was several points where me and Drama just had to look at each other, because his bar. He's so lyrically good. He's so creative.
Yeah. The main one that stuck out to me was put your whole family in boxes like I'm Saint Nick.
Yeah,
which is just beautiful. Just beautiful in a dark way.
I'm the illest that you ever heard. I'm the flyest killer that you ever seen. And if a fuck boy ever jumps stupid, I'm gonna catch a body like a trampoline. I'm like,
that one was good.
That song, "Wifing You," that
whole thing. He got graphic.
There is a song. Okay, so if you're gonna listen to anything by this guy, listen to the Chirac remix, and then look up his song "Wifing You." And I looked at all my dads and I said, do not let me fall in love with a woman. Do not let me bring a bitch around unless she makes me feel like this song, because it is like that perfect mix of like sloppy fucking and being in love with somebody and just, man, it is
disgusting.
I've been listening to it all week, man. It is such a good fucking
just crying and masturbating.
Yeah, I do a lot of things alone in my house that I don't tell other people about.
But then
while I be vibing you on.
But then
swear.
Yeah, we all know about your weird curved dick. Anyway, and then after that was Lil B.
I'm gonna let you take the reins, but you were so excited before this. You were smoking a cigarette and trying to like tweet something, and your hands were like you were.
I get a lot of nervous energy.
Yeah, it was.
I was trying to figure out how to get.
I had to stop you from jumping on some very small women during that show.
I don't know why they were there.
I don't know either, but it was. Go ahead and talk about Lil B, and I'll just have to tell you the things I saw.
Well, I was trying to get that perfect level of drunk, which I got to. And I made sure to get all the pee out of me, because after a little B, then it's Prof, and you just can't leave. And Yeah, motherfucker. It's just a glorious, magnificent beast of a human being.
He's so little.
He's Lil B.
He's Lil B.
With the dreads, and he came out to YMCA, and it's one of those things where it was so ridiculous that they were able to get him that until he was standing in front of me, I thought they were just going to come out and be like, joke's on you, haha. And then he walked out and I was like, oh shit, this is happening. And then
at one point you were so hyped up, you were like, I just saw a pink bandana back there before he came up on the stage.
Yeah, well, we saw pink bandanas when we were like sitting down when we first got there, and that's like his shit. He had the pink bandanas, tiny shirt, tiny jeans. Listen to any of the songs. And when I seen it, because I was worried, there's too many old heads at this shit, and they want to complain. They want fucking Hobson. Hobson performed 1 year, and they want that type of shit, and it's gross.
Yeah.
Fuck Hobson. And so when they announced Lil B, I was like ecstatic, and I was like, best lineup ever. And I had so many people like, actually, I think it'd be better if they got Mac Lethal and Hobson back. And even Mac Lethal was like, you fucking got a Lil B. Like, it's crazy. Even if you don't like him, like, understand how much of a cultural icon he is.
I'm not gonna lie, there was a bunch of weirdos there that were really into Lil B that made it weird.
And I found them.
Yeah, you found all of them and you hugged all of them. You were just kissing them. It was weird.
Well, he came out and he was playing some new songs. This man has at least 1,200 officially released songs, and that's on the low end probably. I don't even know. He has a mixtape that's 80 songs.
Yeah.
So there's like a catalog that you can't. I don't know a person who could even like tell me all the songs. So I have like not like a surface level, like a little deeper, but out of all the tracks,
you knew a lot of the words.
Yeah. Well, because then I'm like, I know there's some he's gonna play, and it just took. I can't remember what the first one was that he played, and it was one of them I fucking love, and I'm like, let's fucking go.
There was I went into this pretty blind. I listened to, I like Lil B, but I'm not. It's 1,200 songs. It's a lot to find a place to even start, you know. And so when you made the playlist, I listened to it. I like what I heard, but I wasn't like blown away by it. Yeah. You know, seeing him live is such a crazy different experience, and I don't know if like the production he has, the way it sounds live, there's something.
It's just oddly
it's oddly hypnotic to watch him play.
The whole thing.
He brings this energy when you see him. Like
positivity.
The positivity was nuts.
I love life.
I love life.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah, just a lot of love. And then what happened? So he played a couple songs.
I would also. I'm with you now. I would travel at least 2 states to go see Lil B.
This is the second time I've seen him. This time was better in my opinion. But regardless, I was with you guys and I was turning up and there's a kid in a jersey in front of me and we were going fucking crazy. And then I looked to my left shortly after he started and there was a kid with huge dreads and he had made a circle just for him to like cook and shake his dreads. And I'm like, I feel like these are my people.
Yeah.
And then when I heard Like a Martian, which is one of my fucking favorite ones, it just has that crazy beat. And when it started, I was by you guys. I love you to death, but I understood it wasn't going to be the right energy for me. Mm-hmm. I looked over to a crowd of similar men and I was like, I have to go to these people.
Yeah.
And I got over there and it's just like fucking went crazy. And then my favorite song by Lil B is Child Support Me. Of course. Didn't end up playing it.
You were screaming that.
I thought maybe it could happen. I don't shout for songs a lot because it's stupid, but you never know. But my second favorite song is Suck My Dick Ho. That's the title of the song. It's fucking incredible. I think it was one of like the second song I heard by him and I was just like, Jesus Christ. And he like had this long like banter about how the things we say up here are just entertainment. So if I say bad words, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, he's going to play Suck My Dick Ho because the song is called Suck My Dick Ho. And he's talking about using bad words. And as soon as it started, this group of me and 5 other dudes were just like, let's fucking go. And
it was beautiful.
Yeah, I was losing my mind. And the best part was the kid who was behind me was like very into it. But the way he wasn't like screaming like I was screaming, he was just like singing along very lightly. So it's like he was whispering in my ear, and it was just so beautiful because he's just standing behind me and he's like, "Bitches on my dick, 'cause I look like man, like." And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And then when we had to hold hands with strangers, so I turned to this group, and it was one of those things where we're like, I don't know any of you guys. You guys are clearly all together. We're all here for the greater good. And there's one kid who was like. Shorter white kid with glasses, looked kind of nerdy, no offense to him, and he was fucking going crazy. And he turned around when we had to hold hands and he was like, "Give me your fucking hand." We held hands, his hand was sopping wet, and we did that weird thing when he's like, "Put your hands up," and we're holding hands in a weird lock. So I went to like move it and then he grabbed it the other way and we just held hands, and I was just fucking, oh god, I fucking love Lil B. And
me too, man. It was a sight to behold.
That's what I needed. And And Prof came out and it was incredible, but I'm going to be honest, I'm a huge Prof fan, as anyone knows. If you've never heard Prof, go listen to him now. More than Lil B, because you're going to listen to Lil B if you've never heard him, and you're not going to like it. It's hard to get
Lil
into.
B is honestly something where I think you have to see it live, because then
I think you have to be like where I was, because like when he came out, that was like some of the first rap I heard, because I used to be like a big nerdy backpack fuck mainstream shit, and when I heard that, I was like, everything can just be fun and stupid and crazy. Like, I've never heard anyone like this, and it's all like based freestyle, so he just says whatever comes to his mind, and that's what every song is. Because I'll show them to people and they're like, it just doesn't sound good, like what is he saying? It's just nonsense. And I'm like, it's just a fucking it's just based, a stream of consciousness that's fucking crazy, and constantly talks about getting his dick sucked and shit, and it's great. But listen to Prof, because he's great. I've seen him over 30 times, I think, at this point. You cannot follow Lil B. I was so hyped on Lil B that I was just like, I love you, Prof, but Jesus Christ, we just witnessed something like unbelievable.
It was a lot to top.
But he did fucking...
He broke his... It was incredible. It was a space theme this year, and so they broke it down into like 4 different acts where they were going to like different planets looking for the loudest crowd in the universe. And so of course, they end up coming back to Earth, because that's where the loudest crowd is, and they end up doing a Prof show on Earth, which was fucking amazing. It was tight and shit.
A lot of production value.
A lot.
Like, insane.
You can see where it cost them a lot of money to do it, because like, man, and I'm just thinking like, because I believe we've mentioned it before, where you've heard where like Prof is like out here and his manager condenses it down to here, and then this is the final product that actually comes out. So I want to know what crazy fucking ideas Prof had for this thing, because it was outlandish already.
You don't see shit like that, and that's what's so special about Prof Outdoors, and what's great to go see.
There was a lot of rowdiness, I want to say, during the show. There was, at one point, I saw a very skinny guy try to fight a very small, nerdy man. It could have been the same. That. Yeah, that was a lot to look at. And then, let's harp on this a little bit.
We got to wrap it up soon with this.
There was just a horrible fucking juggalo that was there.
A man that was
taller than me.
Taller than you.
He was bigger than me.
I was happy when... Well, what happened was... Me and it was the 4 of us, and then shortly after he came out to Rocket Man. It was kind of crazy. Then he played a banger, and me and Kurd got separated from you and Matt. Me and Kurd got stuck next to this 7-foot man and his friend, who just kept yelling, "Show us your dick!" throughout the entire thing. They both were outrageously drunk and just like kept yelling at us, just like, "Oh, I found out about him today in Virginia Beach, and I'm here." And I'm just like, "No, you're not, because that can't happen."
No.
And they were just out of control. The guy's trying to film, and I always look at like how people are filming things, and he's just and I'm like, "How are you even gonna watch this?" He kept putting it on
live streaming the whole thing on his hat, Facebook.
And then like I think, which makes sense, because you're like, this must be what I'm looking at, but it wasn't good either. But yeah, so me and Cole were stuck next to him, and like a couple songs in, we looked at each other, and I was like, I want to kill this guy, and Cole was like, let's kill him.
Yeah.
And then at one point, a bunch of people walked through like that train in your guys' direction, so I'm like, go, so we can get away from him. So we get up there, kind of by you guys, and we're like, finally. And it was like one song, and the motherfucker just comes right back next to us, puts a woman on his shoulder at one point. Because I thought it was funny when he stood in front of you at first, because you finally got your comeuppance.
Yeah, finally.
You finally understand what it's like, because I've had people stand behind you and be like, Jesus Christ, which you can't fucking regulate who's in the crowd. But it was funny when he first stood in front of you, because I just kept looking at you, and you're just like, yeah, this is how it's going to be now. This is my life now. And then he put a woman on his shoulders, which shouldn't have happened.
At all. Because she looked so uncomfortable.
She should be uncomfortable. And then he just was never going to bring
her down. And her burlap fucking purse just kept scraping my fucking face and my knuckles the whole time.
I know. So yeah, he was just...
Really wanted to steal out of that purse, I tell you what.
I'm surprised you didn't. I
thought about it
too. I was just going to take her keychain, but I'm a better person.
As am I, it turns out.
But yeah, what we were waiting for was President, which oddly did not happen. But what did happen was Ape Shit, and which included Prof on a float. But before Prof got on the float, what it included was us all locking onto these two, except Matt. Matt was just having a good time.
Matt disappeared, yeah.
Yeah, he got back to us around this time, and he didn't understand how aggressive we were going to get. But I went after the friend because I couldn't find the red man. I think you had already murdered him.
Yeah. So what I ended up doing.
Allegedly.
So what had happened was it was one of the last couple songs Prof had played. The dude let a girl through in front of him or something like that because they're like, we can't see. And he's like, sure. And then he turns to Cole and he's like, yeah, you know, girls, they're kind of stupid. You got to give them direction. He's like, stupid bitches. You know? And like, this dude has clearly never had his dick touched by a woman. I'm just going to say that right now. That guy was disgusting. He smelled like a dirty basement. And he's never going to know what love is. I hate to say that about another human being as one as lonely as I am right now.
He tuned into this
but
and he's like,
holy shit. I hope that guy just
I should have listened to a different episode.
He absolutely should have listened. You shouldn't even be listening. If you're listening to this fucking shit and you know who you are because we have described you in so much fucking detail, you need to fucking go away, leave us alone. If we ever see you in public again, you're getting your ass beat, and that is a fact. And poor Cole, he's so little. He's listening to this guy, and he's like, yeah, women are fucking stupid. And he's like, for sure, my guy.
Yeah.
And he turned to me, and he just, I know.
Cole does the
that type of angry
I
mad where he's like, I'm going to
I know.
me for sure.
Cole's similar to me up to a point, but then like I would just be like, don't fucking talk to me anymore. And Cole will just keep like, Cole will be your best friend. Like, and then at one point he's like,
he just kept saying shit. And right before he stopped, I was going to be like, you need to shut the fuck up. You're making me fucking angry. Because he was just saying stupid, ignorant shit. And so me and Cole we have an unspoken language, him and I believe, where we all do. And so him and I just kind of looked at each other and we were like, when the time comes, we're going to fuck this
I had already
up.
told Cole during President, and before I finished it, he goes, I know.
Yeah, and you guys told me the same thing, and I was just kind of like, I assumed. I was ready. We all felt it with each other. Yeah. But ape shit started, and so you took care of the other guy, and I'm saying it, you punched him in the face.
I didn't punch him in the face.
You elbowed him in the face.
I kind of slipped. I got overexcited, and I slipped towards him with a lot of aggression, and I might have hit him in the face. I'd say forearm. But what happened was a lot of shock from him, and he went away. Yeah. Occasionally, you have to rough someone up so they get the fucking away from you.
Well, and this guy, he was so drunk, he was like stumbling already, and so when that started, like Kurt and I like locked. I remember we like locked arms and looked at each other, and just because we hit each other to get like that first base hit out of the way, and then we went in and then out, and when we went out, I just looked at the small of the guy's back, and I went like, boom, and he had to take out like 30 fucking people with the force I gave him, and I felt so bad about it.
Apologies to everybody else.
Apologies to everyone I did with my horrible fucking shit, but like that guy had to get away from me. I'm sure he possibly landed on someone and knocked the wind out of him, but I fucked up my back shoving that giant juggalo at Prof Outdoors, and I'll never say it wasn't a true act of heroism.
I mean, yeah, that had to happen, but regardless, it was a great show. After that, we went to call an Uber. I just want to end on this note. I had to pop a squat because my dogs were barking. So bad. My feet hurt so bad. I don't know if it was from jumping. That kid in the
jersey kept stomping on my shoes during Lil B.
I was stomping on his shoes. He was stomping on mine. Our feet were just one at one point. It was incredible.
I could not feel my feet from the knees down after the show.
My feet hurt so bad, I think, from jumping so aggressively. I had to sit down, and we needed to get away from all of this madness to call an Uber so they could figure out where they are. So I sit on a curb, and I hear a noise that resembles a bottle breaking because I sat on a broken bottle with my ass.
Yeah, buddy.
And I pull it out, and it's like a fucking Heineken, and it's like broken halfway down with like huge shards. And I'm like, oh, so I have AIDS. I have city AIDS.
You got grizz.
And so I threw it, and I'm like, great. So I'm sitting there trying to find the Uber, and then I feel my ass being wet, and I'm like, if I'm bleeding, then it's not a joke anymore. I actually have contracted something from a broken bottle in the street. And I guess, again, my sweaty ass duped me into thinking something had happened that hadn't. But yeah, it was a good time. I recommend it. Go to Minneapolis. If there's another Prof Outdoors, go to it.
We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there. We got some submissions. I guess we're going to run a little bit long. We're 3 hours in. Incredible.
Fantastic.
It's a Joe Rogan podcast now with Elon Musk.
I'm starting to think.
I watched that whole thing.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Starting to
That's not a man. He's not a man.
Starting to think Elon Musk is not the complicated, intelligent man I believed he was.
No, he's a robot or an alien. We'll get into it on a further episode. Elon, come on to this one.
Musk, we got big old doinks here for you, buddy.
The first submission is from Ow, and the email is testicle@exploded.com. And it says, would y'all get dirty in a fight? Like grab someone's testicle until it exploded. Which
I need to know the parameters of the fight here, because like, is it like a fight to the death? Then yeah, I'm puncturing some testicles. But
I want to start with, have your testicles been grabbed until they exploded?
Is it possible to grab them until they explode?
You could definitely rupture a nut. Yeah.
Like, I'm like grabbed... with pressure? Like, just squeezing it?
Yeah.
You could pop it?
Yeah.
How do we test it?
A drifter?
Everything's a drifter with you.
Because what? They don't have families. They're barely people.
Oh, I don't think we can say that on the show.
Well, like, I mean, if I became a drifter with no family, dug on my nuts and ripped my ears off. You know what I mean?
Okay,
I signed up for it. I hope I don't get to it.
I hope you don't either. I'm going to be really fucked up if I have to find out my friend died getting his nuts punctured and his ear ripped off by a bunch of young drunk kids.
You could totally. Have you ever like squeezed one of your balls?
Like just a little too hard? Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not like very. They're just like
they're
two
delicate.
eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you with not even just your grip, with a normal man's grip, if you grabbed them and you squeezed them as hard as you can, like you were getting paid to do it, you could rupture testicles. I don't know if they would explode.
I don't know why I would hate someone so much that I would have to do that when I'm
well,
fighting
I don't
them,
think
like,
in a just like let's talk a street fight, because what I want to say is
why are the nuts out?
Well, yeah. Here's my level.
That's my first question. Why is the sack out on the sunset, boys?
This is my levels here. In like a regular street fight, 1-on-1, I'm not gonna get dirty until like I feel like I'm gonna be like beat to death or beat to you know what I mean. Then I might. But my thing has always been like
a lot of times with men when they fight, it's more so like you just say I'm tougher than you. Just say that I'm beating the shit out of you, and then it's over with. You know, I don't want to hurt you, but I'm gonna keep doing it until you say I win.
But so I don't lead. Because I've always wanted to add. Yeah. I've always wanted to add more kicks into my street fights, but in the moment, I never think to go dirty with anything.
No, because like, you're just you got that fight or flight going.
I know what to do with these. I've always wanted to kick. I always have a fear. You know when you have a dream and you're getting into a fight and your arms are like pudding and you can't do it? I feel like those are my legs in a normal fight when I'm conscious of it. Like I'm going to go to kick and it's just going to be like, boom, and I'm just going to lightly kick someone. Because I would love to be in a fight and be kind of getting my ass kicked and then kick someone in the balls. But I don't think I have the wherewithal to get to that. My second point, why are your nuts out? How do I have access to your nuts?
Because, like, okay, I get it.
Or
like,
are we just doing
Are we fighting on the ball court and we got some gym shorts on? Because, like, if this is like...
Or are we
like fighting at the apple orchard?
Naked?
I got jeans on. Like,
do we get naked because we're so angry?
Would you want to fight another man naked?
Yeah. Yeah. Be interesting. I don't want to... like grapple a man naked,
yeah, I don't want to like wrestle a man naked. Not what we saw in the hotel room after Prof Outdoors. I don't want to do that naked.
No, but I mean, yeah, if we were both naked and it was a street fight, maybe I'd rupture some nuts. I don't know. It's all in the moment. It's in the moment. Think fights are so calculated. They don't last very long, and you just do whatever you do in them. Yeah. I just fuck someone's face up with these these guys.
Yeah, these guys here, they get broken, they start doing things, they just keep going.
I lead with the left to throw everyone off, if we're going to be honest.
Oh, you got to lead with the left. That's the only way to do it. Surprise them.
It's horrifying.
You got to fake them out with the right and then go with the left.
Yeah, you got to jerk them off a little bit to bring
jerk them off a little bit and then kick them right in the abdominals.
Then rupture their nuts.
Yeah, when they're laying on the ground.
Rip them off. You could rip a pair of nuts off.
Oh, yeah, you could absolutely.
Good saggy. On a sweaty summer day when they're hanging low and loose.
Rip a dick. I bet you could rip dick and balls off if you were trying hard enough.
Rip a dick off.
Oh, I bet you could absolutely rip a dick off.
Someone tell us how we can test this.
Dapper Dads challenge: throw an egg into Slim's mouth and then rip a dick off a drifter. A lot of D's in there.
Dick off.
No, don't rip my dick off. I need my dick.
Rupture his balls.
If someone even
rupture your balls and throw them in your mouth.
I am going to tell you,
cannibal.
If somebody tries to rupture my nuts, I will kill you. That's just a fact.
You can't kill me. What would you do without me?
If you try to rupture my nuts,
everything you have is because of me.
I'll give it up.
I'll rupture your nuts.
Boy, my life's been ruined so many times. I'll just start again. Don't think I won't rupture your nuts.
Yeah, every couple of years.
Yep, every couple of years I got to get a new one.
So yeah, we will grab someone's testicle until it explodes. I like
that's going to be taken. That's so going to be taken out of context.
Just one testicle.
Yeah, you got the low hanging one and like the higher up one. You just grab the low hanging fruit.
Yeah, you got to read that boy's pamphlet about going through puberty because it's normal. The second one here, this is the money one. I'm going to read it to you. And
I have no context of this.
Slim almost never has context unless it's a question I feel like we should be prepped for. I always have the context because I get them. It's from Hugh Jazz, which I appreciate the hell out of. I also
appreciate that.
The email is I had a hard time reading it earlier, and I like where it's at. It's that at a boy, so at symbol that at a boy I feel like is it's very interesting. That at a boy.com. I liked it more than some. Sorry, Hugh. That at a boy.
That at a boy.
So yeah, this is broken down into just sentences. Okay. You meet the love of your life. You're together for about 3 years. You live together. You share everything. You're thinking about popping the question. You walk in on her changing a man who has a diaper fetish. Nothing sexual, just treating him like a baby. Better or worse than if she was banging him. In parentheses, it says, it's good. It says you can change the gender roles if you finally want to admit that you're in love with each other.
Well, I don't like that insinuation. I don't know who would have that type of information they'd be trying to press out of me, but god damn it, he has beautiful eyes.
One of the best written ones we've ever received.
Yeah.
As you can
yeah,
see,
let me
like
go ahead
said,
and just read through this. Okay.
It's just, so you're with the girl for 3 years. Everything's going great. You come home, you walk in on her changing a man who has a diaper fetish, and there's nothing sexual about it. Is it better or worse than if you walked in on her fucking a guy?
Do I know the guy?
I'll say no.
So it's a complete stranger.
Complete stranger. Is it better or worse? So you walk in on her changing a grown man's diaper. He's acting like a baby. Or you walk in on her just getting railed by a dude. You don't know the dude. Same dude in the scenario, just make everything equal. I think it's worse if she's changing a man's diaper. I'm not happy about either.
It
feels different. Because then,
so
what my main point here that I want to lead with is you're going to break up with this girl and everyone is going to ask you why you're not with this girl. You could say she cheated on me and everybody understands that. Or you could say I walked in on her changing a grown man's diaper because he has a baby
so are we
fetish.
talking like he's on a big changing table?
He's just on your bed, we'll say.
Is there at least a sheet down so she's not getting the baby powder on everything? Or is it they're like getting like, there's like,
just on the bed.
Like this is something like,
it's just like if you walked in
like
on
my
her,
house is fucked up because he's treating it like he's a big baby and she's letting it happen.
Yeah, and then you have to question how long this has been going on.
Yeah,
just like,
then you got to figure she's probably cleaning up every time before you come home.
It's identical to cheating, but it's just way different. And there's nothing sexual. She's just saying. And then
is she getting paid for it?
No.
Money?
I'm going to say no. Because
if she's getting paid, I say the baby.
It's worse if she's getting paid?
No, I would prefer if she was getting paid.
So she's not getting paid. Just like she wouldn't get paid to be fucked.
So like she's,
It's just like she's cheating on you, but instead of fucking a dude behind your back, she's changing his messy adult diaper.
I first want a very well-worded and thought-out explanation. That's what I feel like I deserve that at least.
So it would, yeah, there are a lot of questions here. It would have to be.
I say the baby because I don't want to walk in. As a man who was recently dumped this summer, I don't want to think about the girl I loved getting banged by another man. But then I think about walking in on her, changing somebody on my bed, like in my home.
And the diaper is soiled.
Yeah, like this. Yeah. And like there's got to be like
the little bonnet on.
Oh,
and she's probably got like
the big comical rattle and shit.
And he's crying.
And she's got like a mobile set up on the ceiling that's spinning around doing the thing. But like gross fat man, like bald on top. Yeah. Like 5 o'clock, like worse than like neck beard and shit, just big belly, just crumbs and shit. Oh, God.
And she's just secretly been into it, like if she was secretly fucking someone.
But she's not getting off on it.
No.
She just gets off on like being a mother to grown.
It's just very weird in particular. It's quite an enigma. I mean, I still think the baby is worse. I feel like I could eventually get over the visual that would forever be in my mind of my ex fucking a man in our bed, rather than I'd never get over her changing that man's huge shitty diaper. See, this is the type of
Is it a thing where like is it a thing where like you catch her doing it and y'all have like a serious talk and you're like, listen, I can't keep doing this if you're gonna keep doing this, and she's like, this is my life. Like, is it like one of those things, or like
you talk to her and she's willing to change? But see, I'm out already. I'm out either way.
I at least want an explanation.
Yeah, she explains. She meant
is it
like
a good
guy
explanation?
It's like a guy from work. And
that's worse. I want it to be a stranger. If it's a guy from work, then
then
I know that every time I go into her work to like have lunch with her, that dude's gonna be stalking around there somewhere, and I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna be like, "You were getting your shitty ass changed at my bed, you big." This is awful.
It's a lot. This is the type of quality submission we look for.
Yeah, this is what we're talking about. I can't fathom. Okay, especially
how worked up you are.
Because where I'm at right now, I'm like, the next girl I'm with, like that, she's got to be like a wife, bitch. You know, like I'm not gonna waste my.
Be changing
I can't waste no time on nobody.
From work and go, honey,
I'm home, and then thinking I'm gonna get like some nice slop Toppington when I go upstairs, and instead she's changing a fucking man in a big diaper. Like, man, because how pissed? Because this is what we're talking about. Popping the question here. This is somebody where you've been with them long enough, and you think like, damn, I love this bitch.
3 years, which is the perfect time. It's either make or break then, but you love her. Everything's together. And she's the one, but you walk in.
Is she going to quit doing the man baby thing after I've discovered it and we talk about it?
You could convince her, but are you ever for sure that it's ended? It's just like being cheated on. You want to think so, but there's always going to be a piece in the back of your mind that she might still be changing a man's diaper on your bed. She's been doing it for a bit.
She's
been doing it for 3 months.
Every relationship has secrets, and every relationship
I could not come back from that. I feel like it's worse than
you can't come back from cheating. Like,
no, I mean, I'd be done either way. But again, I mean, I feel like I could be like, I got cheated on. I fucking walked in on it. It sucks. I could tell girls at the bar that happened. They would think I was cute. I've been hurt.
But if I imagine how much women would listen to you if you were like,
then they would be like, you're fucking weird. Because
you're not weird. You're the victim in this situation.
No one is gonna believe that you were with this angel that just happened to be
who
changing.
has the time and energy to make up something like that?
No, not
a
that you're
real woman is going to understand.
No,
I'm
one's
so
going to understand this.
No, I feel like somebody with real character and understanding would let's say
if you met them and started talking to them and you brought it in later.
Hypothetical situation. I got dumped back in May.
Yeah, keep bringing it up.
Let's just say that I walked in on her changing a man in a diaper, and that's what ended the relationship.
That's what I've heard around town.
Yeah, that's also what I've heard around town. For what it's worth, I'm very scared about what my cats are seeing at the house that I'm never going to get back. For what it's worth. So 4 months out of the relationship, and I'm not going out and seeing anybody. I'm not there yet, But let's just say I was out at CJ's or something like that, just trying to have a good time, getting a little lit, just having a drink by myself because I'm like, you know what, why not?
Great, yeah, you're totally gonna get girls flocking.
Let's just say, and let's just say there's not angrily. I'm just sitting there having a drink, watching some stuff, watching American Ninja Warrior on the TV. Nancy's bringing me some good drinks. I'm just enjoying myself, Beautiful woman comes in, sits down at the bar with her friends. I nose her, I say hello, stuff like that. I'm real charming. I'm handsome. Yeah, it's getting steamy.
So hard.
She's got a nice little black dress on. Nothing too formal.
Is it the dress that's like?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Is.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking love that dress.
That shit. She's sitting there, got the red lipstick on.
I need you to keep describing her.
Orders of.
Can she, with one hand, pull her hair back? And with the other hand, be clutching a small purse.
Yes, I'm going to say long dark hair, beautiful long dark hair.
It really gets me going.
Sitting there, just drinking a nice mixed drink. She's not a beer girl,
Of course.
Make eye contact from the other side of the bar. I give her a little wink with my drink. Take a sip.
Have a cigarette because I just finished.
Gives me a wink back, and I go over to her. We start chit chatting a little bit. We start talking. I offer to buy her a drink. She accepts. It's nice. We're chit chatting. We're talking, and we start getting.
She is so down to fuck.
She's so down to fuck. We're sitting here and we're just talking about, and I'm just like. The second I saw that black dress from sitting across the bar, I just knew I had to see what was going on underneath.
Oh my goodness! And then she maces you.
Yeah, and then she maces me. And that's from Watchmen. I didn't come up with that. That was from a scene in Watchmen. Yeah, that does got to be edited out.
We're letting you get off the rails here.
Yeah. So anyway, we get into it, and she's like, when's the last time you had a serious girlfriend? I'm gonna say, I got dumped at the beginning of the summer.
We're a line of questions from her. But
yeah, but let's just say she starts asking about it. Okay. Let's say she be like, oh, I'm sure a guy handsome as you got to have a girl at home waiting for you, and I'm like, well, actually, I don't. I'm single. I'm not gonna say I'm on the prowl.
She's waiting for a man in a diaper.
Yeah, and I start sobbing.
I'm always drunk.
Yeah, and
she's waiting for a fucking man in a shitty diaper.
Yeah, so okay, if you were that girl, this is what I would think. Let's put it this way: if I was the girl in this situation. And let's say a girl comes in.
Be the girl.
Yeah, well, I mean that's who we are. Because are we finally admitting we're in love with each other?
That's what the fans want.
That's what they want. Me and Drama love each other. If you didn't get that from seeing the vlog where we poured beer in our mouths, nothing will convince you.
As long as I'm the man in the diaper.
Oh, you'll always be the man, and you'll always be my Captain Underpants, baby. But so so let's say I'm talking to a girl, she's really cool and stuff like that, and I'm like, so what happened with your last man? I'm curious. I'll tell you about what happened with me and my last girl.
It's getting long-winded. Get to the fucking point.
And she goes, well, I came home and he was changing a woman he worked with into a diaper, and he was treating her like a big baby.
Well, that's all weird because I don't think women get into that.
I would believe her because I would not think it's something so ridiculous. It's ridiculous to hear. No, but in my mind, I think there's no way anybody's just gonna make that up for attention.
I know. This is where we're This is where you're misunderstanding me. I'm not saying a girl is going to think that you're making it up. A girl is going to believe you, but a girl will stop talking to you because no one is going to believe that
you're the
listen
victim.
to me. Listen to me. No one is going to believe that you're not into some weird shit because your girlfriend was into some weird shit. You know what I mean?
It's all about in how you play it off. If you're if you are genuine with your approach,
they're gonna believe you. I'm not saying they don't believe you. They're gonna think you're fucking weird.
No, I don't think they will. If you're genuine with if your approach to it is not weird, then they won't.
That's
think
gonna
you're
come
weird.
off more weird.
I think
if you were like, I fucking walked in and she was changing a man in a diaper, they would believe you more. If you were like, walked in and she was changing a grown man.
Well, I don't know why you think I'm going to come with that kind of calamity in the situation.
You seem to have that.
What, the calamity?
Just a lot of things.
I'm just going to straight up, I'm just going to be like...
A girl will stop talking to you. I fucking promise.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do a bet with you right now. I am going to go out to CJ's tonight. I am going to find that
I have
bitch
to
in
be
the
there.
Okay.
No, I have to be there.
Okay,
well, you're going to say it worked and now I'm in love.
Yup.
And and it's only going to work if she is willing to change a man in a diaper.
And she is going to come to you and she's going to be... That's how you know she's going to be my wife. I'm going to bring her to you. She's going to be like, guess what?
Be
like, guess what,
drama? She shitted my diapers too. I'm thinking about spending my life with you. No, what I'm saying is
sweeter than honey, the way you wiped his ass, it scarred me. Swag.
What I'm saying is a woman is gonna think you were in a very weird relationship.
Yeah.
It's a red flag.
Well,
and
I mean,
a woman is not going to talk. She might entertain you for the rest of the night, but she's never going to talk to you again.
I beg to differ. I think differently. I think I'm going to try this out sometime.
Yes, next time we're out at a bar and you happen to talk to a woman, you have to say that you broke up because you walked in on
my ex. And you know what? Here's how straight of a face I'm going to do it with too. I'm going to be like,
right now, but I'm going to be across CJ's just
looking at
dying.
Because I'm going to text you, I'm going to be like, I'm going for it. And then I'm going to be like, I just really need to tell you, I'm having a really, really nice time tonight. You're really fantastic to talk to. You're really great and everything. I'm not trying to kill the mood or anything like that, but I just don't want you to get like any type of wrong ideas about me. I'm still in a really hurt place.
She's already not going to. No girl wants
me and my ex walked. I walked in on my ex.
My ex walked in on her changing a man in a diaper.
Yeah, that sounds way crazier.
Yeah, that sounds like you're into some shit. What I want is the two female listeners we have probably.
Yeah.
I want you to say, if no bullshit, if you're at a bar and you start flirting with a guy that you are attracted to, you wouldn't mind going home and wearing him out. And he brought up that somehow you get on this subject and he says that his ex, he walked in on his ex changing a grown man's diaper and that's why they broke up. What would you think? Would you continue talking to him? Or would you think it's very weird? What would you think in general?
I want to hear women's opinion on this.
Yeah, we have to hear women's opinion because I feel like a woman would be out of it.
We'll see.
Sounds crazy.
We'll see.
So crazy.
What if it's another 50-50 poll?
It sounds like you're hiding what you're into.
Because if a woman insinuated I was into weird shit, I'd be like, well, what do you want to know? I'm an open book about that guy. Yeah, I'm an open book about everything.
But if a woman is willing to change a man's diaper, then you would think you would be with her to do some weird shit. Maybe not get your diaper changed. But no, it sounds like she's down for everything.
But the way the story is set up, you've unexpectedly come home and this woman has changed it. Like you had no... Like you got
my ex's mom.
You have to make sure when you're telling the story that this is a place of complete shock that you're coming from. Like you're like, I could not believe.
Understand.
Yeah.
And I assume that would be how it would be presented. I don't think you'd just be like, yeah, I mean, shit happens. Literally, she changes it.
Yeah, life's crazy sometimes.
My ex's mom was friends with a woman whose husband wore diapers, and they had a diaper fetish. And you want to ride or die, bitch. You talk a lot about sexual things. Like you want a nice woman who will just slob it to death for you, and maybe whatever else you're into, butt stuff, spit in her gaping asshole, all of the checklist that we all have.
I want to spit on someone.
But if you find a woman that will change a grown man's shitty diaper, that's a ride or die bitch. I don't know.
I know a couple who they're older.
Air them out. Full government name.
No, I can't. This is like I know this about someone and I could spread it around their workplace and ruin their reputation.
Do it.
I've thought about it because they've really pissed me off before and I'm like, oh, I could so do it.
Do I know them?
I don't think you do. But her and her husband, I guess, back in the day, so they're like horse people. Like they own a lot of horses, and I guess they used to put on horse shows for people in their basement where she would like.
How do you get the horse in the basement?
Oh, I don't think you understand. There was no horses. She was the horse in the leather horse costume, and he was the guy who rode the horse, and they did like they call them pony shows.
I thought that involved a pony.
No, not this type of. That's a different kind of pony show.
That's
You're
my
thinking
kind
of
of
the
pony.
Clerks 2 pony show.
Oh, of course.
No, this
that's
is
a pony show.
This is
if I paid my hard-earned money for a pony show and there was just humans, I would be furious. I would watch, but I would be furious the whole time.
Just angrily masturbating, frustrating the whole time. God damn
really
I
gripping
paid
it.
money for
Death
a
grip.
real horse.
When does the horse? That would be me the whole time drunk. When's the horse show up?
No one
She's the horse.
invited
Well,
you.
she looks horsey, but where's the horse? How are you gonna get a horse down these stairs? And then how are you
You're
gonna
like
get it
real
out? Does
drunk
the
and
horse
concerned.
just live down here after that?
My God, this basement
Do you have
definitely
one
isn't
of
big
those
enough for all these
basements
people.
with the
What
driveways
if the
that
horse
don't make
freaks
sense?
out in this small space down here? Someone's gonna get kicked.
Gonna get to bucking.
I'm gonna stand in the stairwell. I'm gonna be the first guy out once that horse starts bucking. I'm gonna
We're all gonna
masturbate
get-
quietly in the stairwell while that horse is doing whatever it does.
If you had to describe me, it's masturbating quietly in the stairwell while we wait to see what that
I really
horse
hope
does.
that clip goes into the beginning of the episode and I forget about it until I review it next Wednesday and I'm like, what the fuck was I
Just turn
doing?
it off and slowly put your headphones down.
My God. No, you just see the headphones put down and then it's like a shot from the headphones of like the sunny outside and you just hear
My favorite way to depict a suicide in the film is the pan away,
and then the
and then three guys come in and say, "Let's get to filming."
oh,
If you get that reference, call 402-7-DAPPER. Tell us about your afterthoughts. Also, someone draw a horse in a diaper being changed by a woman. That's what I want. I found my fetish.
I want slim written on boobs.
No, horse in a diaper.
Slim boobs.